Hi, we're gonna have a little bit of fun today. I made this ages ago. I wanted to kind of revisit my original video that I made a while ago. So hi, this is gonna be really quick. I don't want to make it go on forever, but I want to, in a way, discuss some things. So, in my original video earlier this year, it was called Men That I Trust. Fictional Men That I Trust, rather. And this is the sequel to that, or not necessarily a sequel, but a remaster. So yeah, here we go. So the rules of the game, ignore the fact that you can see the slide next to it. I'm not gonna fix that. The rules of the game are that there are 5 layers of trust, like an onion. And for each character that I list, I have to say whether I would trust them spiritually, emotionally, financially, physically, or ethically. I think I added ethically as a new one this time. And the star ranking is 1 through 5, 1 being the least trustworthy, 5 being the most. Get it? Got it. Good. So first, as was first on my list last time, we have Optimus Prime, specifically the Bayverse version from 2007. Thank you, Michael Bay. You are a guy. The guy ever. I would trust him emotionally and spiritually, somewhat ethically. Possibly ethically. Very, very possibly. In this version, he is a war criminal, so I do have to acknowledge that he's not necessarily a good person. He's a man of war, not the animal. I feel like emotionally, he still is very intact. He has a very good relationship with Sam in a way, and same with Bumblebee. And I think he would be there for you if you needed him. Spiritually, I think he has a lot of good teachings. I mean, sure, he has some moral failings, but I do think that, he, at the root of it all, freedom is the right of all sentient beings, and I agree with that. So I think I would give him a 3 out of 5 stars. Quite literally, my dad. Out of everyone on this list and anyone ever, he has been my dad since I was 5. So, awesome. Next, Blythe. I learned how to say his name. So I would trust him physically. I think, again, there's a recurring theme on this list of very capable men, and I think it says something psychologically. I don't know. Physically, I do think he would be able to get me from whatever burg or hamlet I needed to go from and to another one. I think he could get me from A to B unaccosted, right? Emotionally, I think he would be a safe place to go. Say we're on the road and I tell him some dramatic ass backstory. I think he would listen. He may say something, he may not, whatever. I just don't think he would outright judge. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying he would be the best sounding block, but he would be a sounding rock. I feel like he would just kind of take whatever you give him. Again, I know nothing about this character. This is off of complete vibes and what he looks like, and like a few voice lines I've heard. So, however, as much as I think he would be somewhat emotionally available for me, I don't think he's emotionally available in general. I would like to think that I am a comfortable individual and that he would eventually come to trust me, but likely that it would not happen. He seems to be dealing with a lot, and that's okay. He doesn't need to tell me. That's okay. He can just be his verklempt self, and that's fine. Ethically, absolutely not. Financially, I don't think he has any concept of money. Spiritually, no. He seems, I don't want to say crestfallen. I don't really know much about him. I don't want to say too much because then I feel like people are like, wrong. But, whatever. I would give him a 2 out of 5. I like that he's a dog. I think that's cool. It does get into some weird uncanny valley though, because I do like dogs and I would want to pet his head, but I feel like that would be crossing some boundaries, and that's the plight of all animal dog or animal human hybrid creatures in media for me, because it's like, oh, they're like a person but they're an animal, and I don't know how to engage with that because I don't know if that's weird or normal. You get what I mean? Maybe not. Anyway, dog. Love that for him. Next is Ghost from Call of Duty, specifically from the 09 version, because that one I feel the most nostalgic for. I think the reboot is interesting. Anyway, physically, yes. He seems Again, very capable, like almost everyone else on this list, so I'm not going to spend too long on that. But financially, I have a thought. He is part of the Special Air Service. He's part of the military. I'm not saying he gets paid buku bucks, but I don't think he gets paid pittance. And he just seems like he is really good at living below his means. This is coming off of True vibes. I mean, I kind of have an understanding of his character. I know his backstory, things like that. But I have this idea that he is very much in the military. He doesn't really do much outside of it in his personal life. He doesn't really have any reason to spend money. So I think he has a really good grasp of budgeting in the sense that he probably just doesn't. He just doesn't spend his money. So I think that thinking would be good for me because I need to learn how to budget. And I think, yes, he's British, but maybe he could help me with my taxes. Maybe he would be able to do that because I'm using my mom's husband to do my taxes sometimes. Not this past year, I did that myself. I did it, but yes, I think financially he would be a good help. But yes, I think him being a meat shield is probably the best. Is probably the best use if we're talking of, you know, what kind of how I would trust him. You know what I mean? 2 out of 5. I think yes, he's trustworthy in a physical sense. He would intimidate me. Anyone taller than me, and I am 5'2". You scare me just a little. It's okay. Next, we have Majima. Originally, I had specifically the Yakuza 0 iteration of him. I've changed that to any version of him because what I think, I've changed my thoughts, right? So let me just explain. Physically, yes, that's a given. He's fucking shredded. There's no way he wouldn't be able to, yeah. Financially, he ran the Grand and Club Sunshine at the same time in the 80s, made millions of yen, no doubt. Like canonically, I mean, for me, yes, absolutely millions of yen. But canonically, I'm assuming lots and lots and lots of money. So no qualms there about, you know, not being able to trust him with my bank account, that kind of thing. Like he could have my credit card information. I'd be okay with that. Emotionally, now, stay with me. He ran the Grand and Club Sunshine. What constants do you see between both of these establishments? They're full of women. He knows women. He understands women. He's like, in my mind, like, yes, there's the Mad Dog facade, and that's kind of like a womanizer in a little bit. I just think he understands women very specifically because he's been around them. Kind of like when guys are raised around a lot of sisters, you know? I think he understands them. He knows how to talk with them. I think I could trust him. I think I could come to him with problems. He's not going to manipulate me, right? Like, he's not one of those male manipulators out there that understand a thing or two about pads and they're like, I can't even go there. I don't know enough, but I just trust. I trust him. Trust me to trust him. Right. Spiritually, also, I think he is, I don't know. I don't know why I put that on there. It feels right. I'm going to keep it. Ethically, no. I do think he has some morals. I think they're very gray. I still have the biggest crush on him after all of these years, and I'm grateful for that. So I will give him a 4 out of 5 stars. I trust him a lot. Any version of him. Bow wow, woof woof, dog. Next, again, we have Nishikiyama. Yes, I did misspell his name in my original PowerPoint presentation that I showed you. I just love this version of him. Can we just talk about how small his head is in this model? So, financially, yes. He, for 10 years, was on that grind set. Okay? People were pushing him down, comparing him to his oath brother, and fuck that guy, you know? Kiryu, we don't need you. We can do it on our own. You know, pull up our big girl panties and get to work and make our own family. And he did it. You know, he didn't pop out any babies, but he made his own family. Financially, I feel like I could trust him. He seems like very savvy. I think he knows what trigonometry is, or at least advanced algebra. I think that's really cool. I would trust him with literally nothing else, though. He's a very rancid individual. A lot can happen in 10 years. Yeah. 10 years in the joint made you a fucking pussy. I would give him 1 star, specifically just for financial prowess. George from Halo Reach, also my other dad. I love him 2 bits. Anyway, I trust him every way. Financially, spiritually, emotionally, ethically, physically, all of the ways. Every single way that you can trust a person. Because he just seems like a good person. He just exudes, I don't know. He's just like a big teddy bear. You just look at him and I want to squeeze him. Except he's like nearly all metal and it would probably not feel very great. But I would still do it, you know? He seems like a brown bear. Just like a brown, that's what he reminds me of. I'm very fond of him. Financially, he seems very capable. I feel like anyone that's in the Spartan program, you have to be smart. You have to meet certain criteria. So I'm assuming very smart. Physically capable of doing things, I think. Spiritually, he's also, I don't know. He's just great. He's just awesome. I love him. Next, we have Tachanka from Rainbow Six Siege. And I learned some interesting things about him. So originally I had him on this list and I knew nothing about him. Absolutely nothing. I knew his naked skin, where you can see the, you know, physically absolutely trust him. He's a tank. I have nothing else to add on to that. However, financially and emotionally are new levels of trust I would describe to him because he's a dad. He's a literal father. Divorced, ladies. Okay? Literal father. He seems like a very, very, like, from the description of his character and stuff, he seems like he's very involved in his children's lives. And I love that. I love military man. Great. Seems like he does it because it's like, oh, it pays well. And it's, like, gratifying and all of these things. But he's not in it because he's not, like, a fucking, like, meathead. You know what I mean? So he can support his family. He's in the military. He can pay for his family. He can support his children. He can be there emotionally for them. He can balance a mean checkbook. He's got the dad bod. He's got the dad consciousness. He's got the dad thoughts. He's just perfect dad. He's got wherewithal. He's got thoughts, you know? He's just charming. I'm besotted, you know, when I was reading about him. Emotionally, I feel like I could go to him with any problem and he would just listen, you know? Yeah, he's divorced. Hello. That's all I have for that. I give him 2 out of 5 stars. Hi. Honorable mentions. I will not go long on these. Alan from Smiling Friends. Charlie is still there. I wanted to give Alan the limelight for now. John Marston, obviously. Arthur Morgan is there as well, but John, again, limelight. Isabel, not a man, but I still trust her. I love her to death. Hello Kitty. I just think she's really cute, and I trust her. She could have my bank account information. That's okay. Wheatley. I feel like he would forcibly take my bank information from me, and I would be okay with that. You know, if not friend, why friend shaped? He's so round. Like, how could you not trust that? In the voice, I mean, how can you not trust him? Look at him. He's armless. And Halo 3 Cortana. I think she's beautiful. I think she's amazing. She's capable. Most capable man I know. Yeah, we love women in STEM. We love women in men's workplaces. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching.